Welcome to an updated video in POSAdvisors tutorial series for Encore POS. My name is Billy, and today I'll be walking you through everything you need to know about the inventory count utility for Android devices in our new version 1.1.625. If you'll be using an Apple device, there is a link to that video in the description box down below. The first thing we'll be looking at today is how to add or edit an existing user in Encore POS with the Count app in mind. We'll start with the Encore POS Dashboard. Click Welcome on the top right-hand part of the screen and select My Account. Then click Users to go to the Authorize Users screen. This displays the permissions, security level, and name of the users authorized on your Encore POS account. Here you can add, edit, or remove users. We'll start by editing a user. To do this, click on a user to highlight it, and then click on the Edit button. Enter or change the personal information, password, and permissions of a user. The checkboxes next to Count System Quantity on Hand and Count Last Cost indicate whether the selected user can view these pieces of information. Leave the Count System Quantity on Hand marked No if you want your employees doing a blind inventory. Once everything is set to your liking, click Update. When you're finished with this page, click Close in the middle of the screen. Then click on the X on the top right-hand part of the screen. Now you need to gather a few pieces of information and get some things ready before we can move to the Count app. Click on Welcome again, but this time click Settings. If you look to the left side of your screen, you'll see a set of numbers unique to your server. Take note of them as you'll need them later. Under Barcode Scanner Compatibility, click on the Suggest button. This tells Encore POS to look through your LiquorPOS inventory to match the formatting of the barcodes in your database so that all the items in your store can scan and be recognized. When you see the complete window on your screen, click Yes, Change My Settings. Click OK to close this window. Then click Save. Now we're back to the dashboard and ready to install the app to our Android device. We'll start by opening the Play Store on your Android device. Tap the search bar at the top of the screen and type in Encore POS. Hit Enter and select the top result. Tap the green Install button on the right side of the screen to begin the installation process. To open the app after it's finished, tap Open on the right side of the screen. From here on, Count devices will need to be on the same network as your server, so go ahead and make sure your Android is on the correct Wi-Fi. Tap the text box under Server Address. Enter the set of numbers that you got from your server's settings page. Select the Test button to continue. When you see this pop up, click OK. Next, we'll click the Login button. We'll fill in our user and password in this page. Once you fill all your information in, select the Login button. If you had any issues along the way, double check that your Android and server are on the same network. Check that you entered the correct address and that your login information is correct. Now that we're all set up, we're ready to start scanning in items. To do this, tap one of the yellow buttons on the bottom of the screen. Your Android will ask if it's okay for this app to use your camera. So click Allow on this prompt here. We've made this pretty easy. Simply align this red bar with a barcode until you get a green bar. This screen tells us that we have successfully scanned an item. To enter your count, tap the text box at the top of the screen. Enter the quantity of that item and tap Submit. Now we can review the last item and scan a new one. If you don't have a barcode or your barcode is otherwise unreadable, you can still make a count. On the bottom of your screen, there's a blue button with a small keyboard on it. If you tap this button and tap on Item Code, you'll be able to enter the item number associated with the item you are looking for. When you finish typing, tap Submit. Just as we did before, we type in our count here and tap Submit. We can also add new items simply by scanning them with the scan tool. Scanning a new item brings us to this screen. First, enter your count quantity, then enter the brand, which in this case is Bummer and Lazarus. Next, we enter the description. In this case, it's a dry gin. Scroll down to enter the size, 750 milliliters. And for the price, $34.99 seems like a good number. Make sure it all looks correct and tap Submit to enter the item. When we're finished counting, we can use the arrow buttons on the top of the screen to navigate between items. If you find a quantity that is incorrect, you can tap the pencil icon on the right side of the screen. From here, you can enter the proper quantity and tap Submit. Now that we've made sure everything is correct, we're ready to move back to the server for the final part. We'll start with the Encore POS login screen. Enter your credentials and click Login. Click on the Utilities tab, hover over Inventory, and click on the Count Files utility. At this screen, you can move forward in two ways. Firstly, you can load a single file to edit, review, and post, or use this button here to combine multiple files from multiple users into a single file. If you'd like to combine files, click this button and use the selection menu to choose which files to combine. Once you've combined files, they will show up as a single file labeled Combined. Now you can load that file by selecting it from this drop-down menu and clicking on the Load File button. In combined files, if one user scans one item and another user scans that same item, it will add together the two counts. On this screen, you see all the items that have been scanned into the count file. Across the top here, this button will push everything in the table into a purchase order. This button closes out of the file, saving any changes you've made, so you can review it or post it later. This button will delete the file if it's not needed anymore. And this button will post everything in the table below into your inventory. You can edit the counts for individual items by selecting an item and pressing this pencil icon here. Or delete items by selecting them and clicking the trash icon here. Navigate a large count file by using the search function or using the buttons on the bottom of the table. When the table is set to your liking, you can copy it to your clipboard and paste it elsewhere as needed by clicking this button here, push it to an Excel spreadsheet by clicking this button, convert it to a PDF with this button, or send it directly to a printer by clicking here. You do always want to make sure to save the variance report in some fashion, as it cannot be recreated. If you decide to post the count, Encore POS will ask if you'd like to replace your quantity on hand with the counts in this file, or if you'd like to add them to your inventory. After you've chose which one you'd like to do, you'll get a pop-up confirming the action has been completed, at which point you click here and click Done to go back to the dashboard. That'll about wrap it up for this video. Let us know what you thought by leaving a like or dislike and a comment. Be sure to subscribe to keep up with the latest and greatest from POSadvisors. We'll have our website link and support number all in the description, so don't hesitate to call us if you need us. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.